Let's leave behind all these doubting voices. Let's go somewhere we can make loud animal noise. Let's go make animal noises. I picked you over all of the choices. Let's leave all these doubting voices. Let me take you somewhere where we can make animal noises. Let's go make animal noises. I picked you over all of the choices. Let's leave all these doubting voices. Let me take you somewhere where we can make animal noises. Let's go make animal noises. I picked you over all of the choices. Let's leave all these doubting voices. Take you somewhere where we can make animal noises.
All right, everybody. What the hell is going on with everybody out there today? Happy Hump Day. It's the Wednesday. Mike. Do you guys remember that Geico commercial? It's Hump Day. Let's fucking go. We got the man himself all the way over there from London. We got King Charles over here in America, but King James is still in London. What's going on, James? How you doing, buddy?
They're not sending their best, are they? They left me at home. What are they doing?
Yeah. What's going on? How come you didn't catch that flight all the way over here, bro? What's going on?
I don't know. I've got to come over and make a visit and see all those girls that love me so much. You know what I mean? Got to give the ladies a treat.
That's right.
Got to come over.
You got to give the ladies a treat. So yeah, we got King Charles over here instead of King James. I don't know what's up with that. And then we got the man himself all the way down from Miami. He decided to exit the strip club just in time to show up with us and give us a bit of his time. We got Miami John. What's going on, John? How you doing, bro?
We are back. Hide your wives. Hide your kids. It's Bruvs Unite with the real King James, not that gay-ass LeBron guy.
Yeah, dude, we don't like LeBron over here. We want somebody who scores every time, and that's King James all the way from South London.
He's going for a championship, though, isn't he? The Lakers are doing all right,
bro,
man.
No, this is all rigged, man. This is all rigged. I can't stand this, bro. It's
their
like
two best players are injured. If they win somehow, this is just further proof that it's all
this is
fake.
Like some fucking this. We talked about this the other day. This is just like one of them storylines. The father son first time in NBA history bullshit. That shit ain't happening, man. That's some bukkake right there. Let me jump into the chat. Say what's up to everybody. We got Mr. Jeeky. Shout out to you, bro. We got Presby, bro. Pew, 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 pew. That's my little air horn sound. Who else we got? We got Forest Mommy 07. There it is. There it is. I got my guy on. I got a producer now. Miami John is also on the sound effects. Let's fucking go. We got Forest Mommy FOMO out there looking fine as frog hair, as they say down south. Let's fucking go. We got Seashell SoCal. Happy Hump Day. Happy Hump Day to you. I hope you're having a good one, Pat. Hillbilly Harry says, 07 to all. King Yeti, howdy heathens. Right back at you, you damn heathen. Let's fucking go. We got, who else we got? Presby, bro. We got all kinds of other people. Everybody's in here talking about what's going on. We got some pretty crazy stuff going on today. Now, James was telling me right before we started that, James, your mom's over there in London, and what's going on over there?
Yeah, that's mad, man. It's like I said before we come on, there was like she goes every month. She goes and visits my great aunt because they're all getting old. They all go over there. They have a week together. They catch up. And she's like, I'm like, please God, don't let there be another fucking terror attack when you're there or something. Because like she's been there recently, right? And there was this poor girl from Croydon, a black girl. She was defending her mate, and then she got stabbed by some fucking lunatic. And my mum was in Croydon, right? Chopped off the bus. And she was in Croydon, there was still claret all over the pavement. And I was like, Jesus Christ. So this time, right, she's in South London. This happened in South East London, about 12 miles away. There was a stabbing in Golders Green in the Jewish community. Some nut job, I think he was like, he's Somali, but they're going, he's a British national, a British citizen. That means he's probably come over here illegally, somehow got citizenship. And he's like somebody been in some kind of terror cell probably. So he's going carving up Jews today. And it's like, fucking hell, my mum's there out and about in London. I'm trying to get hold of her, right? And typical, my mum's old. She's 69. She doesn't know how to use mobile phones. She's worse in technology than me. I'm like trying to get hold of her and like, where are you? What are you doing? Where are you? She goes, oh, don't worry, I'm all right. I'm just pootling about with your great aunt. I'm like, well, thank fuck for that, but could you pick up your phone in future? You know what I mean? Let me know where you are. I've become like the adult, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's weird,
yeah.
isn't it? When you get to a certain age, right, you kind of become the parent. You're worried about your parents because your parents are getting older. They're out and about. You treat them a bit like kids, don't you? It's like, where are they? What are they doing? I hope she's all right. Because, like, you go to London now and there's always something going on. You know what I mean? It is an absolute shit show. I was like, I did my video today and I was like, what do you expect, right? You get all these illegal migrants coming over on the boat. You're importing terrorism. This is exactly what you're going to get. This apparently it's an Iran IRGC terror cell. We're not even involved in the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we're getting all the fucking blowback. It's mental.
That's
It's
crazy.
fucking
So,
mental.
James, what does your mom stay strapped? Does she carry a knife? Does she carry brass knuckles, a wrench, or maybe some sort of
No, my nan used
screwdriver?
to, right? My nan used to go around because I told you about my nan. She's proper batshit crazy, right? She's dead now, but she was. So I'm speaking ill of the dead. I'm sorry, nan, forgive me. But she used to carry a massive fucking carving knife around. And that was in the day, right? Back in the day, where if you got caught with a knife, you were looking at like a 3-year stretch. You know, just they can't do it now because everyone in London's got a fucking knife.
Yeah,
They got butcher knives, zombie knives, machetes. That's what they go out in just to have fun. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
I got to
you
get me
can't
one of them.
exactly like.
I got to get me one of them zombie knives, bro. I've been
You got-
dreaming about those.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? But yeah, so I'm just like, I'm thrilled that she's okay. But it's like, what's tomorrow gonna bring? Because it's not. These things are never usually an isolated incident, are they?
No.
Where one thing happens, something usually comes straight behind. So
Yeah.
you got to keep your head on a swivel out there, lads. I tell you,
Gotta
London
keep-
ain't what it used to be.
Got to keep the family safe. Yeah, I was watching that Tyler Oliveira video he just put out where he was running around London spraying pickpockets red, and that looked pretty crazy, bro. Carrie says London, Jesus fucking Christ, London is a mess. Shout out to Carrie, boys in the chat. Let's fucking go. But I agree with you. King Yeti says he keeps a blade on him at all times, belt, clip, knife. I completely agree. I keep a little something on myself too. I got a specialty pack for specialty reasons, just in case. Yeah, you got to stay strapped, stay armed, whatever you got to do. You gotta have the advantage, you know, especially in a street fight.
It's easy though for the people, innit? It's easy for the criminals and the terrorists in this country because we're unarmed.
Yeah.
We can't defend ourselves. Law-abiding citizens don't go around carrying knives. They don't carry dusters. There's no guns in this country, but there are guns. But you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like they don't carry batons. You know, people are just walking around basically naked.
Yeah.
So like today, not that they wouldn't
Naked.
have done anything anyway because they done a load of fucking. He picked on the right people. I think he picked on a couple of Hasidic Jews. You know what I mean? They couldn't knock the steam off a rice pudding. They'd leg it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like picking on kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
No, you're
fucking hell.
100% right. You got to stay equipped. So we got King Yeti in the chat. He says it's literally just a 2-inch blade, but it's all point and blade. Yeah, I heard the term is you got to keep it under 4 fingers. You got to keep the blade under 4 fingers so you don't get snatched. But I got a little something a little bit longer than that I carry around.
I'm a 3-finger technique man myself. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the 3-finger technique.
Yeah, right up the bum, right there. Just get that going. But I'm glad she's okay. I'm glad nothing happened, bro. You got to keep a watch out, especially
It's
for
just
the
sod's
parents. They
fucking
don't
law, innit?
know.
She's always going up there. She causes trouble, my mum. She's a fucking
Well, I mean,
troublemaker.
she's a grabbing,
She
right?
could-
She's a grabbing, of
You
course.
can't just fucking go and have a nice, quiet, boring old person like week, do a bit of shopping, see a few sights, catch up, tell a few old war stories. She's got to be out and about when fucking London's falling apart around its ears.
Yeah. Carrie's asking if anybody else sees that James looks like a swan today. Anyone?
Like a swan.
Like a swan? I don't know. Yeah, I appreciate Carrie's. She got an affinity.
Oh, because I've got the orange, I've got
Yeah.
it's like a bit beaky,
Yeah,
innit? It's a bit.
she sees a little bit.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, Professor Grass. Shout out to you in the chat. Great to see you, bro. Now, John, you were saying that you were drift racing. That's what you do during the night. We finally figured out what John does. He's a street racer. He goes out at night and he gambles on pink slips. And so you were out racing people last night. Fast and Furious in Miami. Miami John.
When I'm not getting the pink slips in the strip club, I'm racing for them in the streets.
That's right. Pink in the strip club, pink in the street. That's how we do it. And you got stuck and had to get 4 new tires and all that kind of stuff. So you were,
Yeah.
That's all right. What kind of car do you got? A
it's all
CRX or is it a Z?
No, I have
What
a
do you got?
Lincoln MKZ.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
pretty nice car, actually.
How much
but,
NOS does that take? You drop the NOS
No,
and
it's a fucking hybrid. It's the slowest thing on the road.
well, I mean, electrics
so
they have
sad.
the most torque out of even more than a
If
combustion
it was
engine.
electric, yeah, but this is a hybrid.
Oh,
This is when they were making cars that weren't fun to save gas.
oh, you didn't say it was gay. I didn't
comfortable.
hear that.
Yeah, it's a really nice gay car, but it's really, really nice to drive. It's comfortable, it's smooth, everything you can think of as far as a Lincoln goes.
Yeah.
But then it's also gay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm glad you're safe and sound. I'm glad you won. Didn't get your card snatched by that. I don't know. Probably your nemesis out there. Carrie says the headphones look like the eyes of a swan. The orange is the beak. She's pretty high. Well, you stay high out there, Carrie. You stay happy too. Hillbilly Harry says he thinks it's kind of cool when old folks don't let the changes detour them from having their fun. Yeah. I'm guessing James's mom probably has a nice little fifth of vodka or maybe schnapps in her purse, out there having a good time.
My mum's just fucking old school. It's like my dad. They think nothing can happen to them. They think they're bulletproof. They think they're going to live forever. And that's kind of like the way I am. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell. I'm like, I never thought I'd be the guy, you know what I mean? That's like, I've turned into the guy that worries about his parents. It was always the other way round. When I was growing up, my parents were always worried about me, waiting for that phone call. Now I'm that fucking guy, like, where's my mum? Is she all right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
panicking. I'm a bit nervous. It's like, I've done a complete role reversal. I've become that guy, and it's really weird. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not that. I've become soft.
Well, no, it's not soft. To see you have responsibilities.
No.
You have responsibilities.
Yeah, I do worry about them. You know what I mean? Because I love my parents, and I can't imagine life without them. And you want to prolong their life for as long as you can. The thing is, when they get to that late 60s, you always worry, don't you, that it's going to come sooner rather than later. And it's like,
Yeah. Do you remember if your parents were looking out for their parents, James? Do you remember a time when you were a kid and your parents had to start looking after their parents?
Well, my mum and gran hated each other, didn't they? So that was like they were like proper Italian people that wanted to kill each other. You know what I mean? It's like my mum hated and resented my nan because my nan, she was quite promiscuous. My nan, she did like the fellas, right? And there was the reason that there is a hatred in my family because she brought a certain bloke into the family that turned out to be a wrong 'un.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I don't have to elaborate what kind of wrong 'un he was, but my mum was young and this guy was a wrong un. And they could never get over that schism that there was like, she brought a fella into the house that shouldn't have come into the house. And she put her enjoyment, her life above the safety of her own daughter. And that schism was never, you could never get past that. My mum hated her and resented her for that for the rest of her life. You just couldn't get past that. And there was no way that I could intervene and do anything about it. I wasn't even around.
I tell you, them women, they hold on to grudges, bro. They do. Women hold on to grudge forever, man. They're just, John, have you had that experience? Do you remember if your parents ever looked out for your grandparents and that time came or no?
Yeah, they definitely did. My parents helped. My grandparents were pretty much active on my dad's side and here in Miami. So they didn't need like that kind of looking after, but they would help them out. Like my grandmother would come and cook for us, and they would pay her money at the end of the week and stuff
Oh, that's
to help
awesome.
her get through.
Yeah.
As far as my grandfather in California, yeah, he had family out there take care of him. Otherwise, we would have also.
Yeah.
But every time he would come here, we would take care of him. He had a little bit of mobility issues.
Now, was your grandmother a good cook though?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. What happened to women? How come women don't like cooking anymore, bro? I love cooking.
I don't know. And to your point, they're like elephants. They never forget.
They never forget, bro. Why did something happen between your mom or her
No,
brother?
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Bitches do not forget, bro. You
also don't call them an elephant, no matter how big they are, because they will never forget.
Yeah. Don't slap them wrong either. They'll call you on it 4 years later, bro. Remember that one time?
It was my great grandmother.
Yeah.
It was my great grandmother that was the good cook and the diamond person. It was the diamond personality, you know what I mean? And I've already said it. My poor old great grandfather, he got dementia, Alzheimer's. He couldn't he had a terrible ending, you know what I mean? But he was a good, honest, hardworking bloke, Came over on the boat from Italy, solid guy.
Damn, yeah, I bet they had some great food back then. My great grandmother could cook as well. My grandmother couldn't cook at all. She served my mom and the rest of their kids basically cat food style food. It was horrible. The stuff that she would cook fried chicken and just to the outside looked brown, and then they'd bite into it, it would still be bloody. And these were like kids eating that kind of stuff. And then she would force my mom to eat that. Like my mom was like 6, 7, or 8. And my mom wouldn't want to eat it because it was blood. Like it would literally, the blood would run around the peas and stuff. And so she would force her to sit there until she finished it. My mom would fall asleep at the table. And so, they really did not have a good relationship at all. She was kind of an asshole for sure. So I understand that. Yeah, the mom and the daughter thing, that's a rough relationship, man, especially if there's not a solid father figure there to kind of like, mediate it. It gets to be pretty rough. So yeah, damn.
Yeah, women don't like each other for the most part, right?
Yeah, women do not like women.
They're always catty with each other. They just don't like each other.
Yeah, you got to get like a special situation. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had this situation, but like if you've dated any attractive women, they tend to have a couple of unattractive women that are their friends.
Oh, yeah.
And you could tell the ugly ones are using the pretty one, and the pretty one thinks that they're really friends, but they're not really friends. And, and then the pretty one will get them into like bars and clubs and stuff, and get attention, get free drinks and everything like that. And I told some of my girlfriends, it's like, bro, your friends are just using you. Don't you see this? And they're like, no, they're not. And then it turns out they were. Have you ever had that happen, John? Have you seen that?
Well, the pretty ones are also using the ugly ones to make themselves look even that much prettier by contrast, Well,
and then also
like,
yeah, you're right. And go on, John.
Most people want to be the leader in their group. Every friend group has a natural hierarchy. The pretty girl by default is going to be the leader because if the other girls don't fall in line, she'll just call them fat and ugly anyway, right?
Yeah, and also the pretty ones are lazy. So they want the ugly ones to do the work. It's very strange.
Yeah, they're definitely lazy in bed, the pretty ones. Fucking hell, they don't try. No effort. Well,
that's true too.
They skate by on their looks. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's true too. They're the pretty ones are definitely interesting. Every once in a while, you'll get the crazy ass pretty one, like an Angelina Jolie, who is into something weird shit. And so, but they're still lazy.
3 fingers up the bumhole.
Oh yeah, maybe they want to put your big toe in their coochie or some shit like that. Like what happened with Zayd. But
I broke up an entire friendship group and made them hate each other because I had sex with all 4 of them.
Oh, well, I mean, hey,
and separate.
That's bingo. That's how you win at bingo right there. What are you talking about? What happened there?
I wait till they were isolated out clubbing, and then I would pick them off individually because they were all nice looking, and then they would talk about it. They would all talk about it, and they found out I'd slept with all of them, and I broke up the entire friendship group.
Yeah. Oh, bro, that happens. They totally talk about it, and they think that they're the only one, but then when they find out, they get all mad and everything. So they were willing to backstab their friend as long as they were the one getting the better situation. But as soon as they find out that everybody has the same situation, they stab everybody in the back, and they all unite in their hatred for you. Unless you get really good dick, then they don't care. Go on, John.
That's the thing. You give them really good dick, and then they talk about it to their friends, and then their friends are like, oh, I want to try that, right?
Oh yeah, facts, right? And
Yeah.
especially if you like take them for chips and salsa afterwards, then they get all excited. They love that shit. Or like pancakes, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, he took me to the same pancake shop, but they were great pancakes. Not gonna lie. Mr. D Geeky in the chat says facts. A 6 with a fat friend can artificially boost herself up to a 6.5. Agreed. But Mr. Geeky, I will ask you this: how can a fat chick be a 6? That's above average, bro. What do you
Well,
think?
that was my crowning glory, that one. And like the worst looking girl in the group was the best one in bed because she was a trier. God love her, she was a trier. You know what I mean? She tried to pull out all the stunts, all the effort. You know what I mean? Because she obviously wanted to be with me. Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? So she put in the extra effort.
Well, that's why I ask, like, how many girls have you dated that can cook? You know, that takes extra effort. That used to be a standard thing with women. If you go back even 20 or 30 years, that was standard. They could all cook something. I don't mean like the bitch can reheat some shit she got off, you know, the freezer aisle at the supermarket. I mean, like she had a couple of dishes that she learned how to make from scratch, bro. Women don't know how to do that anymore. James, have you ever?
I never worry about cooking. I just say let's skip to dessert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then you get hungry. James, have you ever had a woman cook a meal for you, like a nice meal?
Yeah, I was like, can you hurry up? I want to get to the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? This is boring.
She's making hot dogs over there.
Exactly. No, she can make me a sandwich afterwards. You don't need to know how to cook to make a sandwich, do you?
No,
you know what I mean?
no, like a proper meal. Like she had to, like, you know.
Yeah. I've had. Yeah, of course. My ex Amy, she used to cook for me all the time, and it was like, yeah, it was great and everything. And like,
What
but
was
I,
the
c-
best?
I can cook it.
What was the best thing that she could cook?
And she made a really good carbonara. You know what I mean? She made a really nice carbonara because she knows I like Italian food.
Yeah,
So it would be like, I'm a big fan of egg vermicelli. You know, I'm a big fan of lasagna. I'm a big fan of spaghetti bolognese. I'm a big fan of tortellini. I'm a big fan of tagliatelle. Anything pasta. Look, you're golden. If you want to get with me and you want to stay with me, just get an Italian cookbook and I'll be with you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts, bro. Press me, bro.
I think that's like 90% of guys, though, really.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
what guy doesn't love a good pasta?
Oh, I love a good pasta. Press me, bro, in the chat says, any of you guys use the dentist system? Press me, bro. What's the dentist system? Hillbilly Harry
never heard of
says,
that one.
my ex could cook great. It's the only thing I miss about her. Facts. I think he's talking about, you know, there's a system that you use that, like, if you're not going to fuck them, they're obviously below a 5. And then, like, it goes 5, 6, 9, 10, because there's no 7. That could be it. But John, have you ever had any of your exes cook for you? Like, have you ever dated a woman who's a good cook, like a really good cook?
Yeah. My last ex was actually a really good cook. She was half Italian, half Cuban, and she made
Shit,
some
that's like the
really
fucking
good
unicorn
Italian
right
dishes. Yeah, that she cooked really good. I've had a couple girlfriends that cook good, but you know, a couple that were just mediocre, but at least they put in the effort to try, right?
there. Right. Yeah.
But
what was the?
I'm also dating women that are from the, you know, the time period where they still cooked.
Yeah.
It was like still
have you
normal.
ever had what was the best thing that she could cook? What was the best dish that you remember having?
My last ex did this. It was like a stuffed salmon with like scallops and
Oh,
goat
damn.
cheese and some other kind of stuff in the inside,
Yeah.
and then rolled up like in a pinwheel kind of thing, but the whole fillet,
Wow.
and then boom in the oven, comes out, and it is like I don't even like salmon. To me, it's like I like fish. Salmon is whatever to me, but that salmon was kind of
Let's
so
fucking
good.
go, bro. Presby Bro says it's an Always Sunny reference. Oh yeah, Dennis, of course. Yeah, I got you, bro. No, I love. I've dated a lot of different girls. I've only had one that cooked. No, two that cooked something for me out of all the time, and they both cooked something really fantastic. One was a girl that I knew up in San Francisco, or they're both from San Francisco. And one of them, she cooked a fantastic. What is it? It was a soup. It was that soup that you get at a Mexican restaurant or whatever, the tortilla soup, and it was fantastic with carne asada tacos, and she was fantastic. But I found out she was still married, so I was like, "What the hell? Why would you have me over to your spot if you're still married?" I thought that was fucking wild, man.
The problem that you've got is most women are going to find out that you cook better with them, so you're going to get lumbered with the fucking cooking. You know what I'm saying?
So then that's what happened. Like one of my longtime exes, I cooked all the time, and then she let me cook, and she said she'd be the bartender. And of course I only drank straight tequila, so it was pretty easy for her to be the bartender. But no, that that was fun too. But no, you need I look at it like you need a woman who can cook, and that's like mother type material, right? She's gonna have
Yeah.
compassion. She's gonna take care of the kids, and so many women miss out on that. And they're like, "How come I don't get picked, to be a wife or whatever?" It's like, well, bitch, because you can't fucking cook. Learn to cook, and then you'll be a fucking
don't know
I
wife.
don't know how it
Everyone.
is in America, but in this country, it's the tablet generation for raising their kids and sticking meals in microwaves. That's the generation
yeah.
of women we got now.
Yeah, it's
They
terrible.
haven't learned anything off their mothers. Their mothers, like, they haven't, like you said, learned off their grandmother, their mother, their great grandmother. They haven't been passing it down. So what they do now, like I told you, I saw this bird the other day, real fat slob, and the kid could only have been like months or a year, and fucking already got a tablet in front of the pram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know when that kid goes home, it's going to be like fucking. When that kid gets older, it's going to be microwave meals and shit like that. You know it.
Well, what's crazy is that you have so many of these women now that think that they're destined for the 5-star lifestyle. The celebrity lifestyle, that at any moment the right guy could come along and he wants to like pay their way to go on vacations and live this huge lifestyle. And I even had one of my exes say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get a private cook and we're gonna get a nanny, housekeeper, and do." I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you got to make a tremendous amount of money in order to pull that off. And I was like, why wouldn't you just want to cook anyway for your children? Why wouldn't you want to be around your children to develop that relationship with them? It just seems like such a shallow point of view to be in, and it's very
She
difficult.
just didn't have the mothering instinct, I guess. Wasn't homely. Wasn't wanting to pass it off.
Yeah, I don't understand that though. They want to stay forever young and try to fight aging as they get older, and still try to compete with the 22 and 23-year-olds. Man, women get their beauty so they can transition that. They can spin that beauty into their children. They shift it. It's kind of like, what is that one where you had that girl spinning straw into gold for what Rumpelstiltskin. That's kind of an analogy for women's beauty. They're supposed to take their beauty and then spin it into gold, which is their children. Not try to keep their beauty until they're like 30, 40, 50. Sure, still look beautiful. I'm not saying that, but I don't want you to like be trying to compete against a 20-year-olds out there on the dance floor. Shouldn't some elegance come, some refinement, some culture? Shouldn't you elevate as a female, as a woman? John, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, they gotta. If you can't make kids, what's the point if you're a woman, right?
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of women.
I mean, obviously, there's women. I'm not talking about the women who are born with like no eggs or something, weird shit like that. But like, a woman's main purpose in life is to make kids and make the future of the world.
Yeah.
So you got to have those kinds of skills to make that happen.
No, 100%.
Otherwise, you're not really living up to what you're supposed to be living up to.
Yeah, we got King Yeti says powdered mashed potatoes and chicken nuggets. Yeah, I guess that's what he's getting from his girlfriend or his mom. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Well, that it's like what he said. It's the microwave dinner and tablet generation. It's been like that for I don't know what, like when did tablets come out, like 2010 probably.
Yeah, 2010, something like that.
Yeah, it's been like that here. Before that, it was phones. Parents would just give them the phones or the TV or the video game system and Dino Nuggies.
Yeah, and those Dino Nuggies are basically chemicals. Professor Grass says, bro, watching my wife and daughter cook is one of the greatest joys, 100%. That's what makes your house a home, is when you got your wife, you got your...
What I've noticed about when like certain parents and like if they're really hot, like you've got really like hot mother, you know what I mean? And she's got the look, you know what I mean? And she's always been beautiful and she's always been pick of the litter. A lot of the times I've come across is when they get older, like their daughter becomes 18 and she starts going out and about drinking and clubbing, the mother will start competing.
Yes.
She'll be like, oh, I can still fit in my clothes.
Yes.
I'm going out. Oh, you never guess. A bloke came up to me today and said we were sisters.
Yeah.
And, they're looking the same, they're acting the same, they're dressing the same. She becomes, instead of a mother and transitioning into that next phase of her life, preparing to be a grandmother, she regresses and becomes competition for her daughter and acts like they're sisters.
Yeah,
it's mental.
And ruins the relationship. There's three...
Because they're competing for the same fellas.
Exactly. For the attention, which is wild. And quite often, you get all this weird stuff happening. You got the 3 stages of the female life. You got, what is it? The young one's I forget what it's called, but the middle one's the mother. The old one's the crone. I think the young one's is like the maiden. The young one is called the maiden. And that there's 3 beats in everybody's life. 3 beats in writing. There's 3 beats in everything: the beginning, the middle, and the end. There's 3 beats. Every Shakespeare, every writing. It's a 3-beat act. Everything. We got Mr. Jiki. He says, I'm always cooking during these streams. Well, let's fucking go, Mr. Jiki. Get that air horn out, John. Blow Mr. Jiki a little bit of an air horn right there. Let's go. Because I'm home before my wife. So I cook 90% of the family meals. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're supporting, if you're working, if you guys are working together about that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the women who don't want to, they don't even know what a fucking potato peeler is, man. And you're like,
refuse to want to try or learn.
They don't even want to try. They don't even want to try. They just want it done. They want to suck on like a Cadillac margarita or some shit like that. And wow, I love myself a good Cadillac margarita. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of like, man, no, this is supposed to be a situation where, could you imagine the holidays, and your mom's not cooking a turkey or a ham or a prime rib or something like that? Could you imagine that? Like, that's gone. That's like gone now. That's crazy. Forrest Mommy says that's why the boomer moms all gave their kids eating disorders. Ooh, based right there, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Presby Bro says my wife and I live like hedonists. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can live like that, live like that. And you guys can, hell.
Yeah, he's always putting up the food porn, isn't he, every night? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He loves it. Old
Presby Bro is a hell
porn.
of a cook, bro. I'll tell you that. If you don't follow Presby Bro on X, you should follow him. He makes some beautiful dishes, bro. If I'd be a little bit of a heathen too if I was eating at his restaurant, slamming down some of that cheese, get some of that brie and apples and all that good stuff going on, 100%. But yeah, I agree with you guys. And women need to be able to do that, just like men need to be able to pay the bills, right? You want the man to open the door. Sure, I don't agree with opening the door for women you're dating, but as soon as it's your girlfriend, open the door, bro. As soon as it's your girlfriend, open the door to the car, treat her right, buy her flowers when she's your girlfriend. Don't do that shit when you guys are dating. But as soon as she becomes your girlfriend, wine her, dine her, 69er, all that good stuff. Treat her like she's the apple of your eye. Spoiler, I believe in all that shit. But when she's your girlfriend, bro, this kills me when guys show up in the first date. They got the big glass, they got the flowers right there. They got the chocolates. They got the Winnie the Pooh bear, and they're like, "I love you," and she's like, what? Like, what? I just met you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And James, I'm sure you've never had that experience. You probably learn pretty quick. You keep that emotional, attention for when they commit to you in the relationship. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I've got a nice love hate. I've got a nice love hate thing going on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the women
they
love
love
that.
me at the start and hate me at the end.
They love the push pull. Women love push pull. If you don't have push pull in a relationship,
you've got to keep it edgy. You've got to keep it spicy. I always believe that. I think fundamentally in a relationship, for it to work, I always think the test is when you walk through the door after a hard day's work. Your wife, she's got the cooking on the go, and the first thing you do, you give her a nice little slap on the ass
100%.
to let her know that you still like her, you still fancy her, she's still hot, you appreciate her. Yeah, she might be a mother. Yeah, you might have been in a relationship for 5 or 10 years, but she's still sexy as fuck. And if once the cooking's over, you want to get her straight in the bedroom and give her a right good seeing to, because that's how you feel about it. You still got that passion, you still got that drive, you still got the love for it. That's how I want it to be. You know what I mean? There's got to be that nice little edge there. You know what I mean?
That's a hell of a pitch, ladies. James is still single. If you know anybody in the England area that would like a stellar catch, I know where to reach them. So let me know. John, what are your thoughts on that? You want to smack in the ass. You want to keep that spark going. To keep the spark going, you need both people putting into the relationship. Isn't that right?
Of course, everyone's got to play their part. Everyone's got to do their job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
it's that classic. It's that classic thing of if somebody breaks in, I don't expect the woman to run down and try to deal with it. I'm gonna go deal with it.
I mean, if she doesn't cook, she better.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bitch, if you ain't cooking, you better take that Desert Eagle out and go fucking smoke a foo. Better go smoke that foo, 100%. We got Immortal.
Better be bringing me the flowers too, motherfucker.
That's right. Give me some chocolates. I like Godiva, bitch. Come on. We got Immortal Rising. Shout out to you, bro. Just saw you jumped in the chat. Good to see you. 100%. But no.
Yeah, be a Dana White, mate. Don't be a Stephen Miller hiding behind your wife's skirt, mate. Be a fucking Dana White. Be a Dana White, ready for action, loving every minute of it, mate. I couldn't love Dana White more than I love him right now.
Let me we're going to talk about that in a second. That's that Trump dinner party. Let me get these little announcements out of the way. We just started going, people. We were having a good time. We were just talking. Let me show you guys Connor. He's trying to get rid of his ass cancer, a big pain in his ass. He's trying to get rid of that shit, and he's trying to take care of it. So if you could throw Connor a couple of bucks, I'm gonna drop his link for his GoFundMe in the chat. We're gonna get that going on here. Paste. Let's fucking go. And that's it right there. 100%. We're supporting Connor in the GoFundMe, all that good stuff. So help him with his battle with ass cancer. We got to get rid of that ass cancer. That's what I like to say right there. So okay, let me jump back here. We had a little bit of a Ko-Fi jump in there. What we got right here? We got a new tip from Jonah Sweet. Shout out to Jonah. John, hit me with that 3 air horn real quick. Let's fucking go. Let's go. We're going to get a little clap on it too. Let's fucking go. Jonah, he says, resentment and tribalism is easy. Bringing folks together is a challenge. Shout out to the nerd herder, Ray, for keeping it positive. Am I the nerd herder? Let's fucking go. Hit him one more time with those air horn real quick. Hell yeah. Jonah, we got Taper in the chat too. He says, boys. Let's fucking go.
You can tell John's a DJ, can't you? He's on it. He's on it like a rocket,
Bro,
mate. On it like a car bonnet. I love it.
Yeah, John, I'm liking this, bro. Let's fucking go. Then we got one more thing to talk about real quick. We got our super killers. We're up to 88 backers, people. This is the fun book that we're doing to poke a little bit of fun at Vito. He's been a good sport about it. We even had Vito on the other day. That went well.
Both Vitos.
Yeah, a lot of Vitos. We got a lot of covers going on here. We had Ebi Canales coverage got dropped. We also had the Vasilis Lolo's cover dropped. So this is all dropped. We're all excited about this. This is the last week of the closeout. You got about 5 days to go. So get yours. I know John got his, bro. I appreciate that, John.
Yep.
So let's
all 3.
go. I was gonna say something, but it just slipped my mind real quick. But no, let's jump into real quick.
Super tips. Watch Nightwave. Super tip me.
That's right. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. We got on Nightwave. Okay, guys. I know you guys watch Nightwave. Everybody watches Nightwave with Mersh. We all love Mersh around here. We support Mersh. Love Nightwave. We got South London James. We got his voice on Nightwave. So when you go to Nightwave and you tip Mersh using supertip.gg/Mersh, make sure you choose South London James to say oi oi bruv bish bosh, Bob's your uncle, and all that good stuff. Okay. So make sure you do that when you go over there, and let him know that the Bruvs sent you over there, and that you're shouting him out using James. So let's fucking go with that.
Really don't do that Ethan Ralph shit no more. He's passe. His old hat. He's over.
So tired
just
of the
do
Ethan
me.
Ralph.
Do me.
Yeah, I'm so tired of the Ethan Ralph voice. Do the James voice. It's got a chip on his shoulder. It's got a little spice to it. He's all excited about it.
There's a nice little handsome picture of me sporting the John Teeter beard. You know, I'm all in black. You know what I mean? I'm giving the ladies what they want.
That's right. Giving them the old bit of the I don't know what's the slang you say for giving a bit of the penis right there, James. What's the slang for that?
Giving him a bit of the old sausage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's fucking go. Taper says Mersh is gay, but he does love Nightwave. Let's fucking go. The other thing,
forgot to promote the mugs.
Oh yeah, the mugs. We could talk about the mugs real quick too. Let me pull that up real fast, and that will bring me to the other thing that I was going to talk about, which is all right. So we got some mugs over here. Guest and video. Let me show you guys this mug. So we got Saint Mersh mug. I got a shirt already pulled together for Mersh. I'm going to give it to him so he can sell it on his store. That's kind of reminiscent of this Saint Mersh design right here. We got the kitty cats. We got all kinds of stuff. We got cats with cigarettes. We got the woof. We got the scribbles. We got the AK-47s. We got the, this one also has, this one's fun because this one also has, let's see if we can pull that up real quick. This one also has the Grand, the Buick, what's it called? The Grand National, 1985 Buick Grand National on there, which I love. But so we just got some fun stuff. All the mugs are black on the inside, so nobody can tell what you're drinking. We even got an Alex Stein mug over here. Let's fucking go. We love that Alex Stein guy, bro. Oh, no, Zazzle. We don't want to save 25%. We want to see what the mug looks like. All right. So we got that going on over here. That's a lot of fun. And the other thing that I was going to bring up is that, that's at rayrayshappy.com. So you can go right over to rayrayshappy.com. That's my website. I'm going to upgrade the website here pretty soon. I got a lot of other shit to put on there. Very excited about it. But I was going to say, we got that veto contest came to a close. We got the winners. If you didn't see who the winners were, go watch.
Fixed. I didn't win. Fucking fixed.
Go watch the video on my channel about the veto winners, okay? If you're one of the veto winners, make sure you send me a DM so I can send you your prize. I am shipping all of those prizes out this week as soon as the mugs arrive so I can put them all together, ship them all out, get them all out to the good people so that we can bring that to a conclusion. And that was fantastic. We had a great time with it. Thank you to everybody who participated. Thanks, James. I'm sorry you didn't win, but you have fantastic entries nonetheless.
I was so close and yet so far.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I introduced the world to my fantastic art, and they slapped me in the face with a wet kipper. Thank you very much.
That's right. And also shout out to Taper. He did a great entry. Got me a little bit of a warning there on YouTube. So he automatically wins a prize for that one. We love that. Love Taper around here as well.
He ruined Bluey for the kids. Disgusting. I'm ashamed of you, bruv. I'm ashamed of you.
I don't know if it was him or if it was Vito. I don't know which one. Draw Zombie, shout out to you. I saw you just pop up in the chat. Let's fucking go. That's 100% true. Also, Hillbilly Harry reminded me, Mugs and Steins. We also got support Jared. We still got the mugs pull up here. Let's fucking go as we support Jared as he makes his way, and this is his son, to the Judo Olympics 2028. So let's support him too. So let's fucking go. That's on there too. All at rayrayshappy.com. Click on the mugs. You'll see them all. They're all right there. All fulfilled through Zazzle. So it's great stuff. Guaranteed to be there before 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We're gonna shift gears a bit, guys. We're already halfway. We're already almost done with the first hour. I can't believe it. James, you were just talking about Dana White at this Trump dinner party where they had this assassination attempt. Tell me about what Dana did and what that other guy did.
Dana is my absolute hero because he walks out and goes, I fucking loved it. And I was like, this guy, mate, he can't go up higher in my estimation because you never really know, do you? I know John has feelings about this. I know you have feelings about this. You think it's fake as fuck. You think it's like a little put-up job, a bit stagey. But you don't know that in the moment, do you? They didn't go into Dana White's ear and go, oh, we're going to stage this, Dana. Dana was like, he's like that guy. You never know until you know whether you're going to stand up, whether you're going to stand tall, whether you're going to be a man of action, whether you're going to run to danger. And Dana White was the only one there going, looking around, laughing. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it was funny, but he's laughing. He's primed. You can tell he's been around fighters. You know, the fight game, you know, he was absolutely primed. And then you had Stephen Miller. I saw a picture of him where he was hiding behind his wife.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of other people. There was a lot of other people on the right that talk a big game. They like to go, yeah, we're different to the left. You know, we love our wives. We respect our wives. We love our family. Yeah, you love your wife so much, yet you were hiding behind her skirt and you were hiding behind their skirts. You know what I mean? Dana White wasn't. Dana White was fucking primed and ready. He loves it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I couldn't love the guy more. Also, because he's in a row with Eddie Hearn and I can't stand Eddie Hearn. But that's neither here nor there. But Dana White is my kind of guy. You know what I mean? He was like, you never know until you know. And you know, Dana White's a stand-up guy, I think.
Yeah, we got Pat in the chat. She said it's because he knew it was fake. He knows fake when he sees it. So what are your thoughts about that, James? If Dana knew it was fake, was he?
Well, if Pat says it, I'm going to have to agree on her because I don't want her shouting at me. You know what I mean? If the women say it's fake, I'm going to go with the women because I like to get in good with the women. So, yeah, okay. But I'm just saying, Dana White is the guy. Yeah. He's a man's man. He's a guy's guy. You know, those guys are, those politicians, they're not. They're like fucking little femmy women. You know what I mean? They're pathetic.
Yeah. Hillbilly Harry says Dana act like a guy who's been around gunfire before. Yeah, I agree with that. John, what are your thoughts on that? On the correspondence dinner or the Trump dinner?
Fake as fuck.
Oh, you think it was fake? Okay, so tell me why you think it was fake.
Well, first of all, you had that video that came out with the guy eating the chicken, and then magically the chicken becomes a fork in his hand.
So you're saying it's AI?
Yeah, that video definitely was.
Well, I've never had a fork chicken before.
I haven't either. I mean, they did have that mentalist guy there, right?
Yeah, he was doing
mental magic, but yeah, that was he's the guy that they say kind of let Joe Rogan know we can have you at any time, right? Remember?
Oh yeah, that was
when
weird.
He gave him his bank card.
Yeah,
remember?
that was strange. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you had the video, right? So the guy comes in, he does the Naruto run.
Yeah, that was weird.
He's holding a sign, and then the sign, once he puts his hands behind his back, just disappears.
Disappeared, yeah.
And then the CIA guy, or not CIA, Secret Service guy that jumps out of the way, he has a baseball cap on that becomes hair all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In the video. Oh. And then there was someone who actually went to the place that it happened, found the area where the event was, and found the area where they took the picture of the guy getting tackled. The guy getting tackled was at the top of the stairs, and the event was downstairs in this maze of stuff. So, like, he didn't even get to the event, and that whole thing happened.
Yeah,
So, like, there was no danger at any point. I mean, if he would have gotten past, allegedly, if he was really there, who knows, then it would have been danger, but He didn't even get down the stairs.
Yeah, Draw Zombie.
Yeah, but they fitted up a black guy. I call that a win. You know what I'm saying?
Draw Zombie says my chicken turns into fork all the time. 100%. No, hey, okay. So there's a couple things that like what made me take pause right away. Like the fact that guy ran like Naruto. Like you know how hard it is to run with your arms behind you like that. It's almost impossible. I thought that was bullshit. The fact that the Secret Service said they couldn't secure the room. Like what the fuck is that all about, bro? I've watched Trump drive down a freeway. They shut down the whole freeway. They have him surrounded by cars, Apache helicopters, and they can't secure a room. He did a rally here at the hockey stadium. Yeah.
Where the Panthers play.
Yeah.
And there's a highway that runs behind it. They shut off that whole thing. They shut off all the streets coming in, all the streets going out. Like if you're not there by the time the event needs to start, you're locked out. You can't get there.
Yeah, and then 100%, I agree with you. The next thing was that when they got that guy to the ground, he wasn't hurt, and all of a sudden somehow he's in his underwear. Like, what the hell's going on? We both know that if you like even fight against an officer, they all pull their guns out and mag dump into you, bro. They clip dump, or however you want to say it. They mag dump right into you. So how did that guy escape like even unscathed, man? Not even like a scratch on him. It's so weird. And then the cherry on top for me was the iconic picture of Erica Kirk walking out saying, "I just want to go home." I was like, this is some bullshit. Mr. Jiki says it's fake and gay based upon the response. 400 million for that ballroom? Get the fuck out of here.
And did you see the picture of Trump just hiding behind the curtain watching?
Yeah,
that was a really
saw that.
weird
That
picture.
was super weird. And they were all laughing.
And, also, the White House correspondents, not the press secretary. What's her? I can't think of her name. Levitt.
Is it
the blonde girl?
Carolyn Levitt.
Yeah.
Yeah. She right before the event, she said, "Oh, there's going to be some shots fired," while she throws up the 666 hand sign. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was very
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, wink, wink,
a lot
nudge,
of weird
nudge.
shit happening. Also, like they did it in this ballroom at this place, right? And this guy got through with allegedly a Naruto run, right?
So gay.
And did you see there's a group of people now that are Naruto running through Scientology?
Yeah, I saw that.
Temples?
I saw that. Yeah.
I think that maybe those Storm Area 51 people were onto something with the Naruto run. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I think they might have made it. We should have really put some effort into that.
Yeah, maybe. But my thoughts too are like, the whole thing was staged. And here's another reason why is how come after the second assassination attempt, nobody's been fired at the Secret Service? Like this is, what's going on over there, bro? You got the second attempt, no turnover, nobody gets fired. Did you see that? James, did you see that same fat the fat white chick was still in there, like holding her gun, trying to wrangle it around?
Yeah, holding her gun down on the floor.
How is she still a Secret Service agent? Like, what's
I
going
don't know,
on?
man. Maybe all these people in the Secret Service and some people in his own party want Trump to have a happy accident. Maybe they're all in on it. You know what I mean? Look, I saw Erica Kirk. She is the greatest heroine of the 21st century. There was tears rolling down her eyes. I could see it. She's a fantastic woman, an amazing actress, and she was absolutely devastated. I mean, she was really worried that it was going to affect her date night with the black dude.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She was really worried about the Charlie Kirk replacement. Have you noticed the Charlie Kirk replacement? He's tall, he's athletic. He's not white. He's the total opposite of Charlie Kirk, isn't he? He's like, fuck me.
And also, how long has Charlie been dead? I mean, she's already moved on to dating somebody
She's dating
else.
a fucking football player prototype, isn't she? You think he was fucking playing in the NFL?
Yeah, I think he's a news guy or something like that. But no.
Oh, is he on Fox News? Is he token? Is he token on Fox News?
Yeah, I think that's
token on Fox News is a very valued position in the right wing.
No, you're 100% right, bro. And
Who's that other fat black guy they've got who was running? I can't remember. They got another fat black guy, haven't they, in the conservative movement? I think he's got a load of kids. I think he's ex-footballer. He's someone. I can't remember his fucking name.
I can't.
He's another token.
I can't remember. I just know Al Roker. That's the only other black guy that I know. But no, you're right. And then the media steals all the wine when they're walking out. That was a really bad look on the media. They're it's so dangerous there. They're gonna stand around and shovel 3 or 4 bottles of wine into their jackets. Like, what's that all about?
Who's the fake journalist? The one who's always online, turned up with the mask on. Fuck, what's her name? Left wing one. Fuck.
Yeah,
Ah, bollocks. I
I
can't
know who
remember
you're
her
talking
fucking
about.
name.
But no, we got Mr. Geeky in the chat says Erica's video today when she was wearing all black. Yeah, I got that right here. I got her pulling up on screen right now. She's in all black. As James says, she looked like Sarah Connors from Terminator 2, bro. Like, what is this? What are we talking about? What is she doing? What's up with the rings on her hand? She looked like Mr. T with all those rings that she's got, bro. It's just fucking wild. James, what are your thoughts on that? On her black on black outfit?
I don't know. I saw it. I don't know who commented on it. I think it was like Royce or something. And then I looked at it and I was like, fucking hell. Someone had already done it and beat me to it. And I was like, oh, fuck, I can't do it now. The Sarah Connor bit. And I was like, why is she dressed up like G.I. Jane or a fucking commando? And then she's gone, and you said she went on, who was her name? Kim Iverson, some conspiracy theorist on Rumble.
Yes.
She was doing a stream with her. And I'm like, she always looks to me like she's like crying, but not crying because she can't cry because she can't convey that emotion. So it just comes across as like she's like kind of angry, but she's not really angry. I get a sense like she's very false, isn't she, Erica Kirk? It's like she's like some kind of fucking plant type, you know what I mean? She's like this fucking dumb blonde. And I just don't. I can't get me nut around it, Erica Kirk at all. I can't read her. She's just like this weird anomaly to me, going on this conspiracy theorist podcast, always out. It's like she was. It's like someone who was like, she wasn't front row and center before Charlie Kirk died. Now Charlie Kirk's dead. She's fucking front row and center, isn't she? It's like that. She's assumed the mantle she always wanted to assume. You know what I mean? He's out of the way now. I can live the life that I want to live and do the things I want to do. And I'm like gonna fucking go on all these podcasts, turn up to the dinners, go on about my grief all the time. It's like, oh, shut the fuck up, man.
A lot of people are saying that she looks like a lot like Michael Aquino, this guy here, and that's her father. They're suggesting that could be her father. There's the before and after. If you remember, if you guys know, he's the one with the big owl eyes, and he was a big Satanist and all that kind of stuff, and worked for the government and like psyops and psychology and doing all that kind of stuff in order to program people's minds. John, what are your thoughts on that? Are you familiar with that? Have you heard about that before?
No, I know that there's a lot of weird questions that have been brought up about her parents. I honestly don't care. The bitch is guilty as sin, if you ask me. I don't need to see anymore. But why is she wearing all black now when at the Charlie Kirk memorial she was not wearing all black or looking sad or anything? Like, this is kind of weird, no?
It's super weird. What do you say? Not kind of weird. It's super weird. The whole thing.
Well, you know, I'm being generous, all right?
Oh no, that's okay. You play good. You play good cop. I'll play bad cop. It's super weird. It's like they're trying to triangulate the audience and trying to figure out what are we going to actually. We want to keep this asset of Erica Kirk in the public eye, and we want to get her a following. How do we trigger a following? And they keep trying to pivot. I think
that they had Charlie Kirk, and Charlie Kirk, love him or hate him, he was great for what they wanted him for. You know, he's very convincing. He's very personable. He's very unless you're a black guy, right? And then then he can be a little annoying probably. But other than that, like he's charming, he's tall, he's fit. And he was pushing the message that they wanted. And then once he started having his questions, oh fuck, what do we do now? Yeah, they tried to push that little twink on us for a little bit. Remember?
They did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the rich twink.
They really were pushing him with in the private jets and going to all the Trump events, and that was a fail. But then now they were like, okay, well, what about Erica Kirk? She's the grieving widow. We can put her in there, and everyone will love her. And she is just like a Hillary Clinton, but on the right.
Oh, she is.
Like, she's just completely unlikable.
Yeah. I think Charlie was a true believer until he started figuring things out a little bit, and then he became a problem. They were like, oh shit. We can't have this guy like fucking everything up. So they, escorted him off stage right. And then they tried to reinvent his whole TPUSA movement with somebody who's not a true believer, which is, Erica Kirk here. Professor Grass says, Vance Kirk 2028, strap in, boys. What do you think about that, John?
I don't know. I think it could be Vance Kirk. It could be Rubio Vance. They're really pushing Rubio. I think Vance is kind of getting pushed to the side for Rubio, at least in Trump's. Trump is gonna who he's going to endorse, because he hasn't said he's going to endorse anyone yet. He's like, I'm still looking at it.
Yeah.
I think, and Trump said his donors really like Rubio.
Yeah.
But it just depends on which donors you ask, right? Like the Warhawks definitely like Rubio better, and then the Tech Bros definitely like Vance better. So it just depends which ones you ask.
Well, it's crazy because you know, when people start their run for president 2 years in advance, it's 2026. You know, we're looking at a 2028 election here. They should be nominating themselves pretty quickly here to run.
But you would think they'd focus on the midterms, which are very important, because Trump is going to get impeached if they don't win.
They
which
don't care
they're
about
not.
the midterms, bro. No, all of
think
this
they
stuff
know
is
that-
theater. I think. What do you think?
I think they know that they don't have enough votes. I think to an extent it is theater, but to the people involved, I don't think they all like. I don't think all 500 and whatever members of Congress realize how much theater it really is, right?
Well,
I think when you get to president level, then it's like, okay,
no,
they know, okay, this is all theater.
No, I think it's much lower than that, and I think they're all competing for like insider trading, payoffs, bribes, donations. I think that's the whole game here. Everybody's trying to.
Well, if it was fully theater, could a guy like a Thomas Massey get in?
Yes.
You think so?
Yep.
If it was fully theater?
You have to have some aspect of reality.
You let
to
a
it.
few in, don't you, to
Yeah.
keep it sweet? You've always got to let a few in to make it seem like it's like not a rigged game. So you let a few slip through, don't you?
Yeah, and that's like what
I don't know. I think you completely crush anyone's hopes of ever like going against it if you prove that it's all theater.
Well,
If you don't let anyone good in,
well, that's why you let good people
everyone
in.
loses hope.
Well, no, that's why.
Right, but you don't think that they would much rather have everyone believe, oh, this is all just fake, and like nothing we can do anything to stop it?
No, because they want the American people engaged in voting. Because when you engage in voting, then you take some part of responsibility for how the country goes.
Yeah, I guess you're giving your consent.
You've got to keep
now.
the status
exactly.
quo, haven't you, in place?
It's like Ron Paul. What happened with him, bro? He's like all of a sudden now he's
They
like,
fucked him.
yeah, he's all pro build that ballroom now, the $400 million ballroom.
Ron Paul?
Yeah.
Or Rand Paul?
Oh, Rand Paul. It was Rand Paul. Sorry, Rand Paul. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, because Ron Paul was like,
Yeah, he's
don't do
older.
anything.
Yeah.
Get rid of the government.
Yeah. No, but now we were
He is
talking
my
about that
favorite.
the ballroom, John, like $400 million, and I was saying like that's the same amount of money you could build a skyscraper with, and you're saying, well, they're gonna have really good food, Ray.
I thought the 400 million was all donated by like Tech and Miriam Adelson and all those kinds of people.
Okay, but
Am I
still,
wrong on that?
No, I don't know, but how do you get to the $400 million price tag on just building a building? Even if it does
It's probably
have,
got to be nuclear,
I
be
know,
able
but
to
it's
stand
just
up to a nuke
concrete.
and-
You know, like they lay footing.
Oh, it's probably going to have a whole lot of lead in between the concrete.
Okay,
layers,
so
right?
like add $1 million for the lead. It's not going to be like 400 million is like
It's going to have all kinds of weird shit.
No.
Underground survival system for like, God knows how many years.
no. You said it was going to have something, and I agreed with you to get the $400 million price tag. It's going to have tunnels all the way to Israel. That's what you said. So I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
well,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It probably would. Like Elon's making those quick travel tubes, right?
Yeah,
In LA, isn't he working on that?
yeah, 100%.
So they're gonna make a quick travel one to Israel. It's gonna go through the water or something.
We got Professor Grass in the chat. He says he's voting for Afroman or Ryan Harkness. Shout out to Ryan Harkness.
If Afro Man fucking ran, I would vote for him in a
I would
heartbeat.
vote for Afroman too.
He's done more for the Constitution than any politician in the last 10 years.
100%, bro. And he wore an American flag suit. He got my vote, dog. Shout out to Ryan Harkness. Hope he's doing good wherever he's at. He's missed a couple of shows recently, and so hopefully he's having a good time in the summer on vacation or whatever he's doing. Let me see here. Taper says lemon pound cake 2028. Yeah, let's fucking go. Taper says Method Man Redman 2028. Afro Man lemon pound cake 2028. Hillbilly Harry. Professor Grass says Garden of Eden creation kits are not cheap. Yeah, exactly. The other thing I was going to say too is the people that are going to be building this ballroom, they build temples. If you know what I'm catch my drift there, they build Jewish temples and they do.
I heard, and I haven't looked into it, but I saw, Instagram, you see a bunch of stuff and some of it's like actually true and some of it's like just people making a bunch of shit up. But from what I saw, and I haven't dug into it yet, I will though, is that the ballroom has the dimensions of Solomon's temple.
That's what I heard too. Yeah, I heard the ballroom is a mock-up of Solomon's temple. That's getting into conspiracy theory land. And also Solomon's temple was Baal's temple. You know, the B-A-A-L.
Solomon had his book of demonology, right?
Yeah, his book of demonology. And if people don't know, the Solomon's crest or whatever is the what they call the Star of David, which is really the Star of Remphan, that 6-pointed star, the 2 triangles
That's how
inverted.
he would seal demons.
Yeah, and that's how that he had it on his ring, and apparently he was the most powerful warlock around, and he could command. When you talk about the Book of Solomon or whatever it's called, it's like the Tales of Solomon. It's not in the Bible, but he talks about how he basically mastered or subdued all kinds of demons to build his temple for him, and then kept them in the basement, bro. Is that why they got them temples down there, to get down to the demons? What do you think, John?
It definitely could be. They're going to be doing all the sacrifices there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about the Solomon's temple wasn't the main temple that they want to rebuild in Jerusalem, is it?
No, they want to build the 3rd temple.
But Solomon's isn't connected to that, right?
The Solomon's temple, I believe, was like the 2nd temple.
Okay. Because the thing is, according to, the Jewish Bible, they're not allowed to do sacrifices anywhere except for at the temple.
That's right, at the temple, right? And they're getting the red heifer ready. They've already got them, and they've been doing.
They already sacrificed them allegedly.
Yeah, they've been doing dry runs.
They don't have the temple, so that it doesn't count, I guess, in Satan's eyes.
Yeah, they've been doing dry runs or something, blood runs.
But if they do it in where they're planning to do it in the White House, I mean, look, if there's one thing that you need to know about those small-hatted people, they have that whole book, the Talmud, right? Where they just argue about how can we subvert God's laws that he gave us. Like, at what point are we cheating? And at what point are we still good Jews, right?
Oh, bro, they find out every way to cheat to get around it, yeah.
If they find a way to make it so that temple counts, they're going to be doing their sacrifices.
Yeah, you're gonna run some fishing line around it or whatever. They're gonna be doing that. Yeah. We got Presby.
That fishing line story is the most ridiculous thing.
It's
ever,
all true though. It's true.
I know it's true. That's why it's so ridiculous.
Yeah. We got Presby bro in the chat. He says the architect literally named Shalom. The architect for the ballroom is literally named Shalom. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. Call me Mark. Shout out to you, bro. Hell to Call me Mark. Good to see you, bro.
Who let that fucking commie in here?
Yeah, right. Shout out to Call Me Mark, bro. Maybe he'll like tell us some of their inside plans or something. Yeah, but they're gonna, you got to put a little bit of tinfoil hat conspiracy on this one, and it's the truth. And I used to not give this so much credence, but then we had the Epstein files come out. They had all of the Baal, temples and all that, and they all do all these rituals and all this shit. So it makes you wonder: is this stuff real? What are your thoughts, James?
Trump should have hit me up, right? And I would have got him a really good deal on a price, right? Because I know a gypsy firm of builders that would have done it off the books, cash in hand, mate. And they would have done a terrible job. But at least, they're good type of criminals. You know what I mean? They're good type of bad guys. You know what I'm saying? They'll do you a job. You know what I mean? Off the books, cash, and you'll save a lot of money. Yeah. And then you can spend it on whatever you want. Buy yourself an island. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, let's fucking go. We got Call Me Mark says God's looking down like, damn, you got me, talking to the Jews. We got Culture Vulture in the chat. Shout out to you. Hit me with a couple of them air horns, John.
What's up, bro?
Let's go, Culture Vulture. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're feeling good today, dog. Hope you got a little bit of that sunshine on you, playing some good video games or whatnot. We're just talking about Solomon's Temple, building Trump wants to build the ballroom. Once to the Solomon Temple specs, got old the builder Shalom going to town over there for $400 million, man. That shit better be something special for $400 million.
Cheaper, half the price,
bro. I mean, okay, so I was walking the other day on the golf course, and then they're building a couple of houses on the golf course, and these guys are throwing this up in a month or whatever. And I'm thinking, look, man, they're building this shit out here, and each one of those homes is probably $1 million, but they buy the materials or whatever for nothing, and they put it up in a month. How is it $1 million house? You know what I'm saying? How is that possible, bro? And how is this fucking ballroom $400 million? Is it going to have some sort of baby rotisserie chicken in the bottom or some shit like that? What the hell's going on, man? Do like what FOMO says. Hit the like button, everybody. Hit the share button if you can. Give me a little subscribe. We're trying to climb the ladder on this whole YouTube bullshit. You know.
Yeah, we're going to drag everyone else down as we climb up. That's how I'm going to do it, mate. I'm dragging you all down into the gutter, bro.
That's right. Then we're pulling that old the old ladder up with us so we can say fuck y'all. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna keep the ladder down. We're gonna put an escalator in. Let's fucking go. James, King Charles is at the White House today. Did you see that? That was pretty wild.
Yeah, he's on a mission, isn't he? Because your guy Trump doesn't like our guy Starmer. You know, it all stems from we didn't do fuck all during this ill-fated Iran war that's going really, really well, I hear. And, you know, so we didn't get involved because the local elections are coming up. And Keir Starmer needs 6 million Muslims to vote for the Labour Party.
There's that number again, 6 million. Yeah, you don't want to get them all.
6 million.
All stabby,
6 million
stabby.
Muslims and counting and counting. Yeah. He needs all their votes. So
you can't.
He has
to 6 million. All right.
He has to stay out of it. So we sent our special envoy, the dullest man in the country. They didn't send me, the most exciting man in the country. They sent the dullest man in the country, King Charles, over there to smooth things over, say some nice things about Donald Trump, say that we're the best of pals. We're always going to be the best of pals. You can have a bell. Trump made a little crack how you saved our ass in World War II. And Charles made a little crack how we saved your ass from the French. So we're not speaking German because of the Americans, and you're not speaking French because of us. Hands across the aisle, we're all friends again. And then what happens? He goes to New York, and Mamdani pipes up and says, "Hey, Charles, any chance you can give the Kohinoor diamond back to the Indians?" And I'm like, "Do me a favor, mate. I tell you, you got to get that Muslim mayor in check, mate, or I'm going to have to come over there and give him a slap."
Yeah, we got that right here. We got the Muslim mayor Mamdani encourages King Charles to return the Kohinoor diamond. Here's why the jewel is controversial. So he wants to give back the diamond to India. I'm like, bro, Indians, what? They can't even stay away from trains. Have you seen all those videos this week? Indians dying in every fucking way possible, James. You know, they're jumping into water that's too shallow, breaking their neck. They're getting electrocuted. They're trying to sleep. Like, what's up with Indians, bro? What the hell?
Never has there been a more stupid race of people. I swear down, right? How many times? Remember when we were like, back in the day when we used to have a little fun on the internet? And it was like, you always used to send me these videos just before I was about to eat of all these fucking flies over the food. There'd be feet in the food. There'd be rats on the floor. And I'm like, mate, I'm just about to tuck into some grub here. Can you not send me that stuff? That's going straight in the bin now. But I mean, they shit where they bathe. You know what I mean? You've got this caste system where everyone at the top, if they're Bollywood actors or they're cricketers, are living the life of Riley. But if you're in the middle and you're down the bottom, mate, your life is terrible. You can't imagine a worse type of living. You know what I mean? You're living in shacks in the streets, covered in shit, covered in feces, a hovel. Oh, you couldn't pay me to go to India. I'd fucking die of dysentery, I think.
Oh, yeah, facts. Well, agree with that. Skullgrin says, "Hey, lads, how's everyone doing? Good, bro. Hope you're doing good." Future Dead Guy says, "I'd rather speak German than Hindi, 100%. FOMO says trains and metal sticks on the electric lines. Yeah, bro, what the fuck is going on? The other thing,
they just clamber all over it, don't they? They're on the left, they're on the right, they're on the roof, and they're just all hanging on for dear life. It's like you don't even think it's real. You think it's AI or something out of a comedy sketch.
And then when they die, it's just like it's no big deal. All the crowds around them go on like it's just another dead person. There it is, right there. I gotta go get my hair cut, go get my mustache waxed, whatever. I don't understand Indians, says Professor Grass. I don't either. John, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I don't understand Indians either, man.
What is going on? They have no respect for life or whatever. It seems like they just die. Like it's like they know it's a video game and they know they're going to respawn somewhere else and they don't want to be Indian, so they hurry up and die so they can respawn.
They have respect for cows.
As something else.
Cows have the most respect in India. Cows.
Well, yeah, I know.
Well, they do believe that's their whole religion, right? That they're just going to respawn anyway.
Yeah. Well, and there's a tremendous lack of like, oh, bro, it's just so rough over there, and they destroy the infrastructure and all that kind of stuff, and then they want to import them over here. We got the H-1B visa issue going on in Texas and in Canada, and also in over there in England too. And I saw like the Tyler Oliveira guy. He had a great video today about in London. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. He's he's taking red spray paint and pickpocketers. But he was showing in Texas how the H-1B visa people, which are Indian, are basically creating little India in Texas. And we're bringing over H-1B visa people so they could work at 7-Eleven, bro. And supposedly they're supposed to be like these like highly skilled technicians, like, you know, engineers, doctors, architects, all that stuff. But no, it's the 7-Elevens we need them for, John. We need them to make our coffee because apparently nobody in America knows how to make a good coffee anymore.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's just a scam. They're getting the Indians over here. They're probably taxing them off of what they're making because they brought them over here.
Oh, 100%.
And then they run these hollow offices like we saw in the Tyler Oliveira video in Texas, where they have these offices that no one's there, and like 8 different Indian agencies will hang their paperwork in one office, and then they bring them over and get them all the regular just jobs.
Yeah, it's crazy. James, I saw this fight the other day between this husband and this wife, and they were in the street. Of course, they're Indian. They're over there in the street in India, bro. And the husband's trying to poke the wife with a stick. You know what she does? She pulls up her skirt and takes a shit in her hand and throws it at him. Have you ever had a relationship like that, James?
Well, there was this one time with 3 fingers, and like I tell you,
Yeah.
no, it's like I'm not surprised. These people, right? They're just not civilized. You know, it's not a very civilized society. You've got the people at the top, like I say, that are fucking business people, Bollywood actors and actresses, cricketers, because cricket is God over there. You know, I'm into cricket, and cricket is God in India. When we start doing this idiot abroad thing, when we start picking up, we should go to India just for the shits and giggles.
Yeah, they got
we
plenty
should
of
just
shit,
go
not
there
very many giggles.
you will see the most racist man right off the camera.
Bro,
Just like,
do you remember when Gordon Ramsay went down there and tried to convince everybody that India was awesome? And he did like this, like, Gordon Ramsay goes and learns about Indian food and shit, and he tries to convince everybody it was awesome. And I was watching it like, Gordon, what the fuck are you doing down there? Joe Schmo.
Well, I went to a school, right? This is a true story. I'm not lying here. This isn't a bit of racism. This is straight up true story, right?
If it's a true story, I'll allow it.
Yeah. I went to school, right, with a guy called Tyad. Now, Tyad was Indian. Now, he come from a very traditional Indian family where the only person who spoke English was the father. The sisters didn't speak it. The mother didn't speak it. But obviously, the sons did, because the sons were going to go out into the world and earn a crust and earn a living. It's all about the boys. It's all about the lads.
The boys.
It's a boys' club in the Indian culture. You know what I'm saying? The women, but the mother, right? I was at his house, right, and it stank 24/7 of curry. I'm not lying. It stinks 24/7 of curry. Your skin reeks of it, your clothes reek of it. So I'm going about, right, just walking about, and the mother, right, I was like, hey, like, she don't speak English. So I said to Dad, hey, you got any toilet paper around there? You know what I mean? I want to I want to go toilet, right? And he goes, oh yes, we don't use toilet paper. We use our hands, and then we wash our hands in the bidet. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking wipe my ass with my hand. You know what I'm saying, bruv? It's like, I was like, fucking, you crazy, right? And then the thing is, right, they fucking go and like do all that shit, and then they go and do food prep.
Yes.
I mean, no wonder they're fucking. It's crazy. You think I'm joking, and you think I'm being racist.
I think you're joking. I think you're being racist.
Their culture is crazy, bruv.
Yeah, bro, 100%. We got Joe Schmo in the chat. He said over a third of America is foreign born. Damn, shout out to you, Joe Schmo. Carrie's off to make a cake. Good luck to you, Carrie. Make that cake from scratch.
Wash your hands first.
Yeah, wash your hands first. Pat says, think you'll have doctors working at 7-Eleven just in case of emergency. Yeah, I've been over to a couple of my friends' houses that were not born in America, or they are born somewhere else. John's dying over there of maybe blowing up a lung or something. You all right there, John?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. And I had a kind of a similar experience, James. Yeah, they don't use toilet paper. They expect you just to, do the other stuff, and it's insane, and you can never really look at them the same way, right? I mean, right, James? You're just kind of like, what the hell is this all about?
Well, you can't eat in their house, can you? Because it just gets it. It's like you think about, like, have they thoroughly washed their hands, food preparation, bits of fecal matter and feces getting, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bruv.
Okay.
I mean,
How many people in the chat will still eat at an Indian restaurant? Okay, you let me know. James, would you still eat at an Indian restaurant?
I don't. Yeah, not for me.
No.
I'm like, because it's in your head. I'm not really I'm not a big curry guy. I don't like to go down. I don't mind an Indian beer. Now, an Indian beer is all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. But I'm not a big curry guy. I've never been a big curry guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about you, John? Would you ever eat at an Indian restaurant?
Hell, fuck no.
Right?
I like Indian food. I used to eat, when I would go to California, I would eat at Indian restaurants because they have some decent ones out there. But after all the internet has poisoned me to ever want to eat anything cooked by an Indian.
No, they show you the truth. They show you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I want curry, I'm going to a Thai place. I can handle the
Yep.
Thai food. I love Thai food. Love the Thai people. I used to go to a couple Indian spots when I was younger, but now that I know this, I don't trust any of them. I'm like, hell no,
Nope.
I don't think so. Not gonna happen.
You can't. It's like, it's just no.
Yeah.
That's like playing Russian roulette, but instead of like one bullet, there's 5 bullets.
Yeah, no, 100%. We got Cut the Grass jumping on here. He says, 07. What's up to you, Cut the Grass? Force Mommy says, nah. Pat says, I never have. Carrie says, nope. Zaid, of course, Zaid, all right? The contrarian says, I found a great one near me. It's a really nice place. Okay, Zaid. Tell me there's a hot chick in there.
Look in that kitchen.
Yeah, is there a hot chick in there that you're trying to, seduce with your luscious hair, Zaid, and your 6'4" stature? Is that what's going on? You let me know. Professor Grass says, no, you can't order a steak or a burger at an Indian restaurant. That's facts, bro. You cannot. They don't let you do that. I always bring mine in. I get a really good reaction from them when I do that too. Yeah, I tell them I'm closer to God that way. Let's fucking go. 100%. Yeah, Nicodemus the Great says, hell no to the hell no, hell no. Yeah, Nicodemus, I'm with you, bro. I'm not.
Do you know what's going to make me laugh though? Because you said in Texas, right? Your national pastime is baseball, isn't it? And like Texas, baseball's big there, isn't it? I'm telling you, in next to no time, if you keep importing all those Indians, it's going to be cricket. They're going to take over, mate. You're going to be putting the baseball bats away and you're going to be getting the cricket bats out.
100%.
And you're going to be watching 5 days of boring test cricket. That's going to be your future in Texas.
Yeah, the thing about cricket is they all throw like girls, man. That's what I can't understand. They all throw like, I don't know how that sound is, but yeah, I just saw that. Forrest Mommy says she used to like the Indian buffet, but yeah, it's a no. It's just in my head now. And FOMO, you cannot eat an Indian buffet. Those are the worst of the worst, man. At least the other ones are prepared for you. When you go to the buffet, it's like they shit right into it and then they kind of smooth it over, bro. You can't be eating.
Remember that video you showed me where he was doing the fucking baggies and there was all the flies and shit and the rats on the floor? I was like, drop me out.
Yeah.
This has got to be AI. I'm going. This is terrible. And then you look at them, it's like.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, hold on real quick, James. The audio dropped out. Let me fix this real quick. Yeah, it's right about that time, people. I gotta fix this up real quick. They're trying to stop him from being racist. He
Stop
says.
my racism.
All right, you're back, bro. What were you saying?
I've seen it though. It's weird. There's this geezer, right? And then you see him. They do Indian head massage, and it is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen. Right? He's on the street. He's just got a little squirt can of dirty water, and he's got his dirty, grubby hands all over your scalp. And I'm like, it is foul. It's everything about it. Everything about that culture is just foul.
It is.
It's terrible.
Well, the other thing too is that I've recently learned they have so many men that there's a high molestation rate, high homosexual rate.
Oh, it's horrendous.
A high on the down low. I think that's where it originated from. I used to hear all the time about their rape gangs and all that stuff. And so I don't know how women survive over there, bro. I'm just like, wow, if you get a
sexual abuse of minors, the sexual abuse of animals, what they do, it's like these people have like no respect for life. They have no moral boundaries, right? They will just take like kidnap kids, and then after they finish doing their depravity and their disgusting behavior, they'll just throw them on a skip like it's nothing. Some of the people, they're so low IQ, not very educated. They're just it's disgusting that the culture at a lower level is absolutely. It's just not somewhere I'd want to go or want to be.
Well, yeah. So
Unless we were going over there just to make videos.
well,
to
that's
poke
why
fun,
we
you
would
know?
go,
So
bro. I don't know though, man.
it would be hilarious. Could you imagine me walking around? I don't reckon I'd last a week. Right, I'd be going. This is the last testament of James Grabham as he's dying in the bed.
What we'd have to do is we'd go to India, but knowing we were going to go to Japan afterwards, you know, because we got to get the reward of Japan. We'd go we'd be drunk for a straight week, eating all kinds of Japanese food. It would be fucking amazing. But no, yeah, we got a couple ideas for some idiot abroad kind of themes popping up. We'll go over to Miami. We'll visit John. We'll go through some of his spots. We'll bring James out there. We'll have a great time.
Yeah, John can introduce us to his favourite brass, and we can all have a go.
Yeah, 100%. We got Zay in the chat. He says his older brother showed him how to order hamburgers at a Mexican restaurant. They actually have to make the patty instead of frozen. Bro, that's probably a great hamburger, though. If they're taking a full cut of beef and they're grinding that shit up and then they're making a hamburger with it, that'd probably be fantastic. Yeah, so I would love that, bro. What about you, John? What about your... have you ever ordered a hamburger at a Mexican restaurant?
No, why would I? That seems
right. You get
weird.
You get the carne asada, right? But Mexican food and Cuban food are a lot different.
They're completely different.
But you were out in California for a while, so you know.
Yeah. I mean, my mom's from California, so growing up, we moved out there for a bunch of years when I was still a little kid, and we would go out and visit every year and stuff. And then as an adult, I lived out there for a while. So yeah, I mean, Mexican food and Cuban food are nothing alike, though. They're basically, with Hispanic food, there's like 3 zones. It's the islands, then Central America, and then South America, except for Peru. Peru is like its own thing.
Yeah,
completely different than all other.
Peru is great
foods.
food. I like their food.
What is the best dish in Miami?
Yeah, what's your favorite thing to eat in Miami, John?
I mean, my favorite food is pizza, straight up. And we have a lot of really good pizza here.
Yeah, we know. You were at the strip club getting that pizza the other day. It looked fucking fabulous.
I mean, you know, there's this barbecue truck in the hood that it like if you just tell me pick a spot, that's where I'm going, because they have the best brisket in all of town.
Oh wow! So
it's a guy
barbecue?
from. Yeah, it's this older black guy from Seattle.
Oh,
that
shit.
moved to Texas for a while.
Okay.
And learned to barbecue from the pitmasters there.
Wow.
And he has a warehouse that he's smoking briskets 16 hours.
Wow.
And then brings it out to the truck, and he has it in the warmers. But it is just so flavorful and good that would be the spot.
Yeah, 100%. We're going there. We're gonna probably go there. We're gonna probably make some videos so everybody can see it. We're gonna have a good time. Do a whole bunch of streams, all that good stuff. King Yeti says Mexican food from Mexico to Cali to Texas to Florida are all different. That's true, they are. In Texas, you got the Tex-Mex, which is a lot different than the California version of it. And then you got the Cuban and the island influences out there in Florida. So for sure, even Arizona,
that's the strip club pizza.
The strip club pizza. Let's fucking go.
It's funny. There's a famous strip club here, like famous amongst the rappers. Back in the, I don't know if you remember Trick Daddy.
Yeah, I remember Trick Daddy. Let's go.
Trina that would rap with him. She worked at a club called the Club Rolex, which is like right by. It's in the hood.
Well, if it has the name Rolex, it must be very luxurious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I've been there several times, but never gone inside.
Yeah, of course you have.
Okay, whatever.
No, I actually have. I've been in plenty of hood strip clubs, believe me.
Yeah.
But not that one. But
no, I mean you're a regular. You go there every night. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think he's a dancer.
That one I've been to because they have like a group of guys that come out with their fucking giant kettle barbecues and like some of the best ribs in town.
That's some good shit right there.
So we would go there. We would call it strip club ribs.
Strip club ribs. That sounds awesome. I'm down for some strip club ribs. We got Zayd in the chat. He says French fries and burritos are the best. That's called a California burrito, my friend. That's what that's called right there. You come to California, say, give me a Cali burrito. They throw French fries in that shit.
What's that thing in Canada they all rave about? What's it, poutine or something? Is it poutine?
Yeah, well, they all talk about that. I think it's some kind of protein. Is that what that is, John? Poutine?
Poutine, it's French fries with gravy and
that's
cheese curds.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you
Yeah,
get
it's kinda weird.
if you get carne asada French fries, they're 10 times better than poutine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't want gravy on poutine, bro.
With
I
some
want
guacamole.
hell yeah. I want guacamole. I want fucking carne asada. I want cheese. I want some jalapenos. I want some of that
Yeah.
a habanero sauce.
Oh yeah.
A little what is that? They call it the tomatoes, the garlic,
Pico de gallo.
yeah, pico de gallo. A little pico on there. Let's
So
fucking
good.
go, bro. So yeah, that's what we gotta hammer that out. Oh man, now I'm all hungry, bro. King Yeti says
It's getting me hungry.
yeah, he says Trina is still gorgeous. Well, hell, let's fucking go, Trina. Let's fucking go. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Carrie says, poutine and donaires. What are donaires? I know they got those crazy donuts called, what are they called? Beignets. Yeah, they love that beignet. I had a couple of those. I was like, I don't really see it. Give me the old fashioned donuts, bro. The American style
Yeah.
donuts. So let's fucking go. But we're gonna switch gears a little bit. Talk a little bit about the old Ripaverse. We're gonna close out here. I heard they got a big deal with Hatchet Book Distributors, which is a worldwide book distribution service. And old Eric July came out and said, "Hey guys, I'm super professional now, and I'm not gonna have any more of this hate speech. We're not gonna stream anymore with this unprofessional people." James, what are your thoughts on that? Is that a W or probably a W business wise, but an L long term? What are your thoughts?
It's kind of a contradiction in terms, isn't it? Because we spoke about this before we jumped on stream. That's how Eric July built his channel.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like a lot of these people still think it's 2016 and it's not 2016 anymore. You know, the quartering still thinks it's 2016. A lot of these guys that come in on the ground floor, you know, they haven't changed, they haven't adapted. And like Eric July, he's very much one for conflict marketing, isn't he? You know what I mean? And then obviously had the spat, didn't he, with Comicsgate and Ethan Van Sciver that blew up on Flashcast. And he kind of like, me and Prez were talking about this. Me and Prez don't like people that say, you can't say this or you can't say that. You can't be friends with this guy or you can't be friends with that guy. And he kind of got that Eric July gave Ethan Van Sciver that ultimatum. And if you're any kind of man, like me, like you, like John, what do? We tell him to fuck off straight away. You know what I mean? Ray can be friends with whoever he wants. They don't have to like me. They can hate me. They can still be friends with. Same with John. Same with anyone that I associate with online. I don't set borders. I don't set boundaries. I don't care. You know, I do my own thing, and that's that. Take it, leave it, like it, don't like it. And I think Eric July is kind of like, he tries to give off this impression that he's above everyone else. You know what I mean? He's ultra professional. He's moving differently, guys. He's moving differently. You know, he's zigging when everyone else is zagging. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't see the Rippaverse being a success long term. I just don't see it, because I don't see that there's a huge market for independent comics. I don't see that, like, you know, when people say like there's a piece of the pie for everyone, you know what I mean? There's enough for everyone to go around. I don't see it. I think it's cutthroat. I think it's competitive, and some people will do well and some people will fall off and die. You know what I mean? And they'll just be fighting for the crumbs. I don't see it. I don't know if this deal's going to go well. I don't know. He's obviously got good people who are reaching out to get that kind of deal. But is there a market for Eric July's books in the mainstream? Does anyone really care about any of Eric July's characters when they go into a shop and pick up the books? Have they ever heard of them? And if he's not on stream doing marketing, doing conflict marketing, how are anyone going to find out about it? You know, everyone knows who Batman is. Everyone knows who Superman is. Everyone knows who Spider-Man is. Do they know any of Eric July's characters? What's the number? If you went and asked 100 people, just 100 random people, if they know Isom, how many people do you think will go, yeah, I've heard of Isom?
Yeah, hardly any.
What, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Hardly anyone will know who Isom is. No one has a fucking clue. Just like no one really has a clue who Cyberfrog is, or Inglorious Rex, you know, the big guys like Ethan and Shane. Out of the mainstream, they don't really know. It's a very niche independent market that's cutthroat, and they're all fighting for the same type of action. You know, I want my guys to do well. I want Zay to do really well with his comic book and his game. You know what I mean? And I understand that he's in a competitive market. I want you to do well. I want you to do with your book that you got now. And I think the one for you that's going to be the gangbusters one is the Mersh book. I think with the right marketing, that can do really, really well. If Mersh gets behind it, if Royce gets behind it, if people like with big platforms like Forest Mummy get behind it, I think it can go really, really well. So it's
Well,
it's hard, isn't it? It's hard. We're all competing in the same market.
Well, it's interesting because the reason why I keep tabs on it, it's not really, I don't really have any hate towards Eric July or anything like that, but I'm very interested to see how the independent market goes, because Eric, he was the moniker of the independent comic book. He was going to reach out, he was going to try to go big, change things up, and here he is getting into a deal with one of the main distributors, one of the top distributors for books internationally. So that's not really counterculture. That's not really independent. That's, one of the big things that he used to talk about all the time was he was going to have a parallel economy, which means he had his own economy that ran in parallel with the main economy. But here he's merged it back with the main economy. And so I'm looking at this, and I think a lot of people might not know this, but there's only a couple of publishers. There's only a few of them at the very top that control everything. And funny enough, Epstein, his benefactor, Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, is one of the huge publishers. He owned everything. And so when you're looking to try to bring your stories mainstream, you have to go through one of these publishers. You have to somehow get in there. And it's not like there isn't enough market out there to consume it. It's like the people at the top curate it and make sure they only allow the stories that they want out to get that saturation. Like when J.K. Rowling made her, made her book with Harry Potter, that was exploded onto the market and pushed everywhere, saturated the market, and then everybody else who had a story to sell, they were pushed out of the way. And if you remember, one of the things that gave me hope back in the long ago was the comic book Bone. I don't know if you guys remember the comic book Bone, but it came out, the guy...
Didn't that guy die?
Yeah, he died. He worked on it for a long time, him and his wife, and his wife was his marketing arm. And they were really having a hard time. He was doing all the comic books, and then Scholastic was partnered with him, and his book was the first book to go on the Scholastic book as a graphic novel. It was the first graphic novel they had, and then it went on to have a big wave of success after that, and then it became one of the most successful independent graphic novels of all time. And, they made the omnibuses about this thick and all that kind of stuff. And it was fantastic. And so that's kind of the hope and the dream for everybody that's creating these stories. And so we look at someone like Eric July, and we have our hopes and our dreams kind of ride with him to see how he's going to do, because maybe we can follow in his footsteps. And then it turns out to be a big wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hoodwink. My mom used to call them wooden nickels when it's a double speak. It's basically a lie.
It's like word salad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like
word salad.
These people, right? And I'm talking about streamers. I'm talking about comic book guys. I'm talking about everyone in the independent scene. They want the big break. They seek mainstream validation. They want that. They want to make that jump. They don't want to be on the outside looking in forever. You know what I mean? They want to be part of that club. They're desperate for it. Remember the guy who's the Scottish guy, the critical drinker? Remember when he done his silly little fucking, what was it, Jason Bourne Call of Duty style fucking... It was basically a pitch, wasn't it? Yeah. Remember when we discussed about Vito's comic book was a pitch?
Right.
I think Clipper mentioned it, Riley. He said it was a pitch to get into the Hollywood mainstream.
Yeah.
They're all angling for the big chance because they know once they go mainstream, they can cash out. Do you think they'll be streaming every night once they go fucking mainstream and they got their money?
No.
They won't be. No. You know what I mean? They want to get in, become successful, make their money. Do you think Nedrotic, right, would be talking every night, talking shit about the mainstream, slagging it off if he was part of the mainstream? He wouldn't. He'd be helping to prop it up.
Yes.
And he probably wants to be a part of it, never could be a part of it. So he's decided to be the guy that slags it off all the time. And there's plenty of shit in the mainstream. But there's also some good stuff.
Yeah,
there's some good stuff that you want to prop up and say, yeah, it's good.
No,
I've seen plenty of good movies recently.
No, I agree with you. There is some good stuff, but it's also not as open as people think it is. You have to go in there. They do have gatekeepers. We got Forrest Mommy says, can't wait for the merch book. Yeah, that's the Kitty City book. It's all written. I've already started on the pages. I had to put it to the side while I do the project, the Super Killers project, but I'm going to jump right back into it after that. So I'm really pumped about it. It's all written out and everything. It's all done. We got Carrie says she got to save up for that Saint Moosh mug and more. I adore Ray Ray's heart. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate that. We're going to try and I'm getting that design over to Merch for a shirt. I just need him to look in his DMs and approve it. You know, and Mersh is out. He's busy doing stuff. He's a busy guy.
Busy man.
Busy
He's
man.
he's on Ralph Watch. He's a busy man. He's on
busy
Ralph
man.
Scar Watch.
Scarlet Watch. Yeah, Scar Watch. We got Art Haida in here. Shout out to you, Art. I've seen you around all the time. Big fan of your stuff. Scholastic isn't the same anymore, they say. Now, from what I hear, shame that avenue is closed. You're 100% right. It was there for a minute, but then, as soon as there's a market that ripens, everybody rushes around to protect it so that they could control the narrative that is disseminated to the children and to everybody else. That's what this is primarily about. We fight about these stories. It's because these stories become the foundational myths that people as children build their lives upon. That's why all of this is so important. That's why it's such a fight, is because we're shaping the minds of the next generation. And we're putting the cartoons, we're exposing them to the culture that they need to be exposed so that they can rise up and become their own person instead of being cattle and a sheep. Professor Grass says, wooden nickels. Haven't heard that in a minute. Art Haida says, hibbity jibbity is the proper nomenclature for that. Yeah, exactly. Hibbity jibbity, 100%. We got a couple other people. Art Haida says, that's why Iron Lung success was so cool, Ray Ray. Theatrical success, or Iron Lung or the Iron Giant. Is that what you're talking about? Theatrical success is completely out of the Hollywood system. You're 100% right. And they close ranks quite quickly about that. If you're not in their club, if you don't pay their dues, if you're not initiated into their secret societies, you don't get no play. That's facts. Like Patrice O'Neill said, you can either pick the gays or you pick the Jews. You got to pick one to ride with. 100%. Professor Grass says, Kitty City, let's fucking go. Pat says, what's up, Art Haida? Good to see you. Carrie C says, I heard that year in Florida was glad for you. I'm not sure what that was all about. But John, what are your thoughts on this? How much of the independent market is there? I was told that this technology, this great technology that we have is going to open up the markets to all the storytellers, all the songwriters, all the movie makers. AI is going to make everything possible. That doesn't seem to be the case. What are your thoughts, John?
Yeah, I mean, I think AI is definitely gonna mess things up for a lot of the creators, just because. All right, let's say I'm into classic psychedelic rock, which I am. I like Pink Floyd; they're like one of my favorites, and no one's making that kind of music. Well, why am I gonna go listen to that when I can just have AI spin up a whole Pink Floyd style album for me, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I prefer to have real musicians on an album.
Yeah.
But these kids that are growing up with this technology now, they're not going to have the same kind of
appreciation,
reservation about it, and appreciation for real musicians that we do. So it's it's just like the cell phone, right?
Yeah.
When we were kids, we didn't have cell phones. That they didn't even exist back then. Maybe they did in the 80s at some point, the briefcase cell phone and then the car cell phone, right? But not what we envision as a cell phone now. If one day we lost the ability to have cell phones, guys like us, well, that's how we grew up. We're fine. Yeah. But these kids now would flip out.
Oh, yeah.
It would be a revolution instantly.
Yeah, especially the iPad generation.
Oh, yeah. And I think that the AI is kind of going to be a similar thing where it's just going to be ubiquitous with people's lives. And the kids that grew up with it aren't going to know any different. It's also why they can continuously, over years, just continually strip our rights away, because that's how we grew up and we don't know how it was before.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that briefcase cell phone was the shit back in the day, bro. Was it the Zach Morris cell phone? Needs to come back, Mr. Jiki said. Forest Mommy said
Bon Jolly used to do it really hilariously. The comedian, he had like a large size one, the English comedian, Don Jolly, and he used to go up to people and shout, and he used to go, oh.
Yeah, 100%. Art
in a library, shout hello.
Art Haida says, the Iron Lung came out not long ago. Hollywood is pissed because it became the #1 film with zero Hollywood involvement. I'll have to check that out. Let's fucking go. Forrest Mommy said, it'd be sad I lost all my nudes. Wait, what? You lost your nudes? What's going on? Yeah, if you need you need some people to help validate those nudes, let me know. I probably know a couple guys. But no, the thing I was going to ask you about, John, was that how long do you think it is? Because like right now, all the AI is free. It's not going to be too long before it's all going to be monetized heavily. Much in the way a lot of these.
It's not even really free now, right?
Right, a lot, but it's going to be like really bad. It's going to become really bad, and it's going to become like pay to win is what's going to happen.
Oh, it already is. It really already is. It's semi-free right now, right? Like if you don't pay for a Chat GPT subscription, you can use Chat GPT, but you can't like up the thinking level. You can't add custom tools to it.
Okay.
You can't do a lot of things. If you pay for it, you're basically, even though they say they're not training on your data, we know that that's why they can afford. Because also, I pay the $20 subscription, and in tokens, I probably use like $200 worth easily.
Okay.
Easily, probably more. I run it until I can't run it anymore, basically.
Yeah.
So they're losing money on people like me, but they have to be training on my data. I don't care what they say. That's a lie.
No, it's guaranteed.
Otherwise,
because
why
like,
would they do it?
None of the IP, they already passed the law that none of the IP that you generate is copyrightable. So that's like a free domain or belongs to the program creator. It doesn't belong to you. So they're harvesting your ideas, basically, is what they're doing for their database.
Yeah.
They're harvesting everybody's ideas.
So the reason that they're doing this is, one, to train their AI to solve more problems and be able to envision things that they hadn't quite trained it for based on the data that they train it with. And then two, to get people hooked on it and hooked on using an AI from the internet instead of trying to, run local models and stuff like that, which the local models are pretty stupid if you're trying to do like something like coding complex things. But if you want to do some research, you can run a local model and not have anyone touch your data, and it's great. They're doing it to make people not get on the local models so that you see how expensive computer parts have gotten.
Yes.
This is all planned.
Yeah, they're trying to.
What's going to happen is
give people the dumb terminal. So you have to basically have a terminal into the super computer or the AI database. That's what they want. They don't want you to have anything local.
Well, look at video gaming, right? Like when Nvidia had all the graphics cards were bought because of the miners, they started their computer as a cloud service where you could pay a monthly fee and game on their cloud computers. Do you know about this or no?
No,
I don't think you're big on gaming. I'm not either, but just it's stuff I listen to a lot of tech stuff. And what's going to happen is computers are going to get so expensive that you're only going to have cloud options. Like there'll be very weak computers. Microsoft has already said that they want to make a computer that the operating system isn't even
on the computer. Yeah, I heard that. Well, also, NVIDIA said they don't even want to make end user cards anymore. They want to make the AI chipsets. That's all they want to do now. They want to pull back from creating the GPUs that they put in, for gaming and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're turning all their infrastructure to AI stuff, or most of it. Like they're cutting back the amount of graphics cards. So basically, the only graphics cards that they're still making are like the really high end ones. Are like 3,000. Like in the $1,500 to $3,000 range. And so computers are going to be a thing that only the extremely rich can afford. And even if you're extremely rich, you're not going to be able to afford something that can really run some good AIs locally. That's the plan. So they're going to force people. It's going to be a two-class system, people who can afford to use the AI and people who can't.
Well, yeah, no, and I agree with that. And I would even say it's going to be a three-class system. It's going to be the two people, the ones who can afford AI, the ones who can't, and then the ones who keep their skills and are outside of the AI bubble. And that's that's kind of where you want to go.
Those people will be useful when after the end times. But right now, those people aren't going to be useful because
everybody's
they're not going to be
making
able to
fun
get
of
jobs. Everything's going to go to AI. Like Elon Musk came out and said, we need not just universal basic income, but high universal basic income.
Which makes no sense. Yeah.
He said printing money is not going to matter anymore because AI will grow the economy so exponentially that the inflation won't matter. Because
which is
no one's going to have jobs.
Which is crazy because like everybody in the chat too, and you guys too on the stream, like everybody's telling me how AI is making life better, but all the products are getting worse. The food's getting worse. Everything's getting worse. It's not. It's all double speak for they want to squeeze every margin into one area now. Instead of having all these different slices of the pie, they want to squeeze it all together. Like if you go to Costco, you see in Costco, how are they able to have so many businesses under one roof? Well, it's because they're government, bro. You got to
Yeah.
watch it. That's what they're doing. They have these these private companies that are basically hand in a glove for the government. So the government, because it's illegal for the government to do it. Mr. Jiki says, wasn't there a guy that used AI to make every melody imaginable, and he put quit moving on me. He put that in the public domain so music companies couldn't copyright the new riffs. Did I imagine that?
That sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, Art Haida says
I don't
no.
know.
He copyrighted every possible melody to prove a point, bro. That's wild. Professor Grass says, I bet Microsoft wants a cloud-based OS because their OS is super clunky and bloated. Yeah, they want to scrap their shit. Bill Gates is a retard. He never invented anything. He stole everything.
I think it's also so that they can just everything you input to a computer is on a cloud that they can then access. It's all what Nacho Demas the Great says. Here comes Skynet.
Yeah, I was about ready to
that's
read that.
Skynet.
Yeah.
It's so that you can't do anything without going through their cloud.
Yeah.
Which feeds their AI and also is just surveillance.
Yeah. Also, AI can't make good nachos, so fuck them. Yeah. I hear you, Nacho Demas. King Yeti said, but they won't need anything. I just won't need anything. Yeah, that's the thing, is that like I agree with what Yeti's saying. When you're outside of that group, you're able to keep your skill level. It's like what the Amish did. And I almost wonder, are the Amish the people that rejected AI in the last cultural reset? Is that what happened? What are your thoughts, John?
I don't think the Amish were around back then.
yeah.
But I think I think that they definitely they follow. I don't know which religion they follow. I know it's Christianity of some variation, but they follow it much more closely to literal literal translation, literal interpretation, and that's why they stay out of all this modern stuff.
Yeah, and
there's something to it.
They're anti.
They make some damn good baked goods.
Yeah, well, they're good at all that shit, and they do everything they make is top notch, top quality. King Eddie says, I got thousands of heirloom seeds, to which Forest Salami responds, that's a good pickup line, King Eddie. Yeah, 100%. Blue Lotus, shout out to you. Seems like one thing we can never underestimate is humanity's cruelty to itself. It never ends. Well, I agree with you on that one, but the other thing that we can't underestimate is humanity's ability to be creative, too, and to overcome these problems in ways that they never expected. The cruel ones never expected. And
well, that's why they're trying to get us all into the AI stuff so that we don't. They say that people who use AI, for most people just use it as a chatbot.
Yeah.
Find me a chatbot with Google, basically. And so they say that people who just use it like that strictly are dumbing themselves down. Like there's a noticeable drop in IQ points. So they're making themselves useless.
No, you're 100% right. The guys who invented this kind of stuff, this programming, they were back in the 60s, and they said that it'll destroy the ability of humans to think, and they won't be able to resist it. And then before long, they'll be paralyzed with anxiety and controlled by the AI. And that's where it's going. That's why you got to get outside the system. You got to keep your thoughts up. You got to keep your mind up. You got to keep your, as James says, you got to keep your dick up. Isn't that right, James?
Yeah, I've completely zoned out. I heard you say Forest Mummy and nudes. I've completely zoned out, bruv.
Yeah,
I've completely zoned.
Yeah, we got to bring it back. We were talking to us about some of that nerd shit and how I really do think that's how they mature the society, though, is through technology, and that's what pushes it forward. You look back, there was from the 1600s to the 1800s to the 1900s, kind of nothing happened. Then all of a sudden we have like the car. Then we have like the what is it, the industrial line or whatever, how they assemble things, the assembly line. And then in the 40s you have the Germans who take radical leaps, and everybody wonders like, how the fuck did the Germans take all these radical leaps? Well, it's no mystery that the Germans sought out all of these occultic texts and documents and all this kind of stuff. And we can probably go into that next time, but technology definitely evolves society. That's, I think, the needle that changes society the most.
James was just using his creativity to make sure he doesn't lose it, picturing all those Forest Mommy nudes in his head.
Yeah, we got fun.
My mind's completely gone blank right now. I'm thinking about all these things, man. It's like crazy.
Yeah, and it is crazy.
Simple man enjoys simple pleasures, bruv. Simple man enjoys simple pleasures. No, I'll tell you you mentioned the Amish, though. If you want to watch a good TV show that involves the Amish, watch Banshee. Banshee's the fucking bollocks, mate. It's quality. The dog's bollocks. Check out Banshee.
Yeah, I'll check out Banshee. I do love the Amish caramels though, man. They make some great stuff, man. We got
Jeff Nadeau's always saying in Philadelphia they can knock you up a house double quick.
They
bruv.
can, and I'd fly them out.
Hard workers
Yeah.
work till their backs break. That's the type of people I work.
Yeah.
Low pay, and they work till their backs break.
Yeah, and they all go home to a family, so each one of them's a king. Forrest Mommy in the chat, she says they're taking away spiritual depth, so people don't truly care about humans anymore. Sounds like Indians to me, 100%. Like a Time Machine. I agree. That was a good movie. The Time Machine. I watched that. That was a great movie. Nacho says Alien Tech. Mr. Jiki says guest showed up for dinner. I'll catch the rest of this fantastic stream later tonight. Mr. Jiki, you go have a good time with the guests, bro. That's what it's all about, having fun with everybody around here.
Family first, guys. Family first.
Hey, and we're about to wrap it up anyway. We're coming up on the top of our second hour. John, what are your final thoughts about everything we talked about? We talked about a lot today. We talked about the King going over, King Charles going over there. We talked about the dinner, Trump's dinner guests, the running like Naruto. We talked about a whole bunch of tech there at the end. That was fascinating. I love talking about that kind of stuff. We can get into it more next time. We'll try to keep James awake, though. I don't want to put him to sleep. What are some of your final thoughts on what we were talking about?
You know, never trust anything that the government is trying to shove down your throat.
100%,
That's
bro.
number one.
Yeah.
Use AI like a tool.
Yes.
Don't be used by the AI.
Yeah.
Because it is a valuable tool if you actually can get it to do things to make your life.
Yeah, you got to wrangle
easier.
it though. You got to wrangle that bitch.
Yeah, you can make it get rid of the. You remember that movie? I think it was called Click with Adam Sandler, where he had a remote and he kept on fast forwarding
Yeah, I
through the
remember
boring
that.
shit.
Yeah.
You can actually get AI to do all the boring, repetitive tasks that you do. That's what you should try to use it for.
Yeah.
Don't just use it to like find out info. You know, like a Google search or, you know, a chat buddy or whatever these other retards are using it for.
Yeah.
Use it like a tool to help you do more things, more productive things with your life.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
I use AI to help pimp more hoes. That's what I do it for. Yeah.
I'm actually on that note though, I'm actually getting close to being done with my AI news aggregator bullshit detector.
Oh, that's fire.
So that'll be interesting. I'm getting very I think like probably 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how, you know, real life stuff lines up. But 2 to 4 weeks, I'll have it done.
Yeah,
up on my website.
Maiden in Hell says, "Call me when it can do dishes and laundry." Let's fucking go. Give her a couple of air horns for that one. That was good. Yeah, let's go. That was awesome. But no, okay, John, where can people find you, bro? I know they can follow you on Third Rail podcast on with the 3RD on X, and then Third Rail
Politics on X, and I mean on YouTube and Rumble.
Yeah, let's fucking go. We got to get you having that birthday stream up too. I know it's a little bit late,
Yeah, I know.
but we still got to do that shit, bro. 100%.
We will. I have the bottle of Jameson sitting in the freezer waiting for it.
Let's go. Give yourself a couple of air horns, John. Let's go. Hell yeah. James, what are your final thoughts as we move away from this fantastic hump day? We talked about a lot of shit today, primarily FOMO's nudes. So what are your thoughts on that?
Fantastic. Where are they? No, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, guys. If you're a man, be more like Dana White. And if you're a woman, please God, for the love of God, don't be like Erica Kirk.
Yeah.
James out.
Yeah. Go follow James on James Domenico Graben on X, James Domenico Graben 81 on YouTube. He does some fantastic videos about what's going on. He talks about politics, even international politics. He does some reviews on food and some other. He's going to be getting into some other stuff. He's let me know about, so that'll be fun to watch what he gets into. And we want to blow his stream up just same way we want to blow John's stream up. And let me jump in the chat and say thanks to everybody who goes around here. Thanks to Carrie C. Forrest Mommy, thank you. She says, when was your birthday, John? How long it was? I think it was like 3 weeks ago.
It was March the 19th.
It was a year ago.
It was a year ago, yeah.
But I broke my face the day before, so
yeah,
that kind of delayed everything.
Yeah, he broke his face in a big fist fight, saving some small, kitten from danger. and then you know, he had to suffer the consequences for that.
Don't
So-
lie, it was midgets.
Yeah,
James
it was
wasn't around to
midgets. Let's
save
fucking
me.
go.
It was a bunch of midgets.
Yeah.
And they ganged up on me.
We got Zayd. Shout out to Zayd in the chat. He's FOMO says, "Oh, okay, that's what the cuts were." Yeah, he's a hit man. He does that Fight Club. He doesn't talk about it though. I spilled the beans on that. We got Nacho. Shout out to you for being here. Art Haida. Shout out to you. Blue Lotus. Shout out to you. Who else we got? Professor Grass. Always great to see you, bro. I know you're out there busting your ass. King Yeti. Shout out to you. Seashell SoCal. Shout out to you. Mr. Jeek. You 100%. FOMO as always. It's always a pleasure to have you in chat. And everybody else who's there. If I missed your name, sorry. I'm trying to scroll up. It's trying to scroll down as people chatting, but get out there, kick some ass today. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Thanks everybody who came by. You guys are the legends. Don't cave in the AI too soon. Pimp it, make it your hoe. Let's fucking go. We're out of here, people. Laters.